there's reason and good reasons to be disillusioned. I guess all I'm pushing back on is that second step of it's always going to be this way.
Right. It doesn't have to be this way.
That is the key step.
Right.
So
that's because you need to run for president.
Yeah.
We need someone who's actually a good person.
Laughing about it now, we'll see. That's Joe Rogan urging the Texas Democratic State Representative James Talarico to run for president. Talarico's interview with Rogan drawing national attention. Happened about 10 days ago or so. He's been in the headlines since, touted as a fresh face for Democrats, even floated as some who maybe could help turn Texas blue. Talarico, just 36 years old, huge following on the TikTok that the kids love. Nearly 1 million followers. He's a progressive Democrat who represents the city of Austin, elected in 2018. Talarico right now possibly weighing a 2026 run for the United States Senate. He's also a devout Christian, former seminary student, former public school teacher. His emergence comes as the national party, the Democratic Party, struggles without a leader, really struggles without an identity. New polling shows nearly 65% of voters with an unfavorable view of the Democratic Party, the lowest rating in more than 3 decades. During that interview with Rogan, Talarico also shared what he thinks is the biggest divide right now in U.S. politics.
I've done this for 4 terms now. I think of politics now less as left versus right and much more as top versus bottom.
Yeah.
Because
you're right.
I just see how we are all pitted against each other.
Gotta wonder if that's the argument that's coming. Joining me now, first time here on News Nation, I believe, certainly first time here on the Hill, James Talarico, Democrat from Texas. Hello, sir.
Hi, thanks for having me.
All right, so of course, I've watched the videos, I've watched what you've had to say, but I want to hear it from you and for our audience here on News Nation and those listening to us on Sirius XM. The future of the Democratic Party as you see it is what?
Well, I think my party has to get outside its comfort zone. The last election should be a wake-up call for Democrats at every level. And it's why I went on Joe Rogan. It's why I've been on Fox News. It's why I've been on the Christian Broadcasting Network. We have to meet people where they're at. And we've got to build our coalition into something much bigger than it is today, because politics at its most fundamental level is about addition, not subtraction. And that's something my party has struggled with in recent years.
So how do you there's Cory Booker, for example, senator, was on the Senate floor today going after a couple Democrats. Gavin Newsom, as prominent of a figure in the Democratic Party, also said this recently. I want to play those clips and then get your reaction on the other side.
It's time for Democrats to have a backbone. It's time for us to fight. It's time for us to draw lines.
We got to go on offense. No more defense. Go on offense. Fight fire with fire.
I don't know you personally, obviously, but I've seen a lot of the interviews. You seem like a mild-mannered kind of guy. You've said in the past that politics feel like pro wrestling and that people are sick of a blood sport. So
Yeah.
are Newsom and Booker right there, or do they need to tone it down a little?
Well, I don't think you fight fire with fire. I think you fight fire with water. But I think what they are touching upon that is true is that you don't fight a fire with a dripping faucet. You fight a fire with a fire hose. And so we can't mirror the same kind of destructive politics that we've seen too often on the other side. We have to offer something better, something positive and constructive and productive, but it can't be weak. It can't be mealy-mouthed. We have to stand on principle. We have to be firm in our convictions. And then we've got to take that message into places where Democrats may not typically go. We have to talk to people we don't typically talk to because the current size of our coalition isn't big enough. I know we lost to President Trump by 1.5 points, but we really shouldn't be, I think, that close to begin with when it comes to someone like Donald Trump. We should be having a 60% majority in this country, and that's going to take time to build.
So when you say that the Democrats need to offer something better, obviously one of the, look, a year ago, we weren't talking about James Talarico and Zohran Mamdani. We were talking about Joe Biden and Kamala Harris, right, for your side of the aisle. Offer something better, as I hear you say it. Does that include democratic socialism?
I think it's going to require a giant tent. And so that's going to include some Democratic socialists like the mayor of New York, but it's also going to include Democrats like Joe Manchin, from West Virginia. If we're going to have a winning coalition in this country, it's got to range from people on the far left to people who are in the middle and some people who are on the right who may feel uncomfortable with what they're seeing in the Trump White House.
So should your party sort of hold Zoran Mamdani up as a potential key figure going forward?
No, I think he's a key figure in New York City.
Okay.
But I think you're going to have different figures in places like Texas or West Virginia or Oklahoma. This is the key to winning power and making people's lives better, is having that big tent. And that's something that we've struggled with, because too often people in my party want to have a small, insular, pure group where everyone agrees on 100% of the issues. And again, that sounds more like a social club than it does a political party, because a political party is built to win elections and then to use that power to improve people's lives on healthcare, on education, on housing. I mean, that's the purpose of politics, and it feels like my party has forgotten that in the last few election cycles.
I mentioned that there's some folks talking about you for the United States Senate down there in Texas. Colin Allred lost by like 7.5 points or so last go around. He's running again. Are you going to decide by the end of the summer there, James, as it relates to the Senate?
I am hoping to make a decision soon. Honestly, I've been a little distracted because we have a special legislative session that the governor called just a week ago, and they're trying to ram through a mid-decade redistricting attempt.
Yeah.
And this is really dangerous for everybody, not just Democrats, because what's happening is President Trump and Governor Abbott are trying to rig the next election. I know that sounds dramatic, but they've just passed this big, beautiful bill that's kicking millions of people off their health care. And now, by redrawing the political maps, they're trying to insulate themselves from the will of the voters.
It's a big story in Texas and other states, and Democrats are trying to grapple with it. You're on the Hill, though, James. So when I ask you that you're going to make your decision soon, are we talking about the upcoming months? How soon?
Well, this special legislative session is going to last until the end of August. Once that's over, I'll be able to make a decision about how I can best serve. And I am looking at the U.S. Senate seat, and so I'm hoping to focus on that after I get through my current job.
Okay. When you're in town, shoot us a note. We'll have you up here on set. James Talarico with us tonight here on the Hill. Thank you, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Of course.